The small town of Eastvale was like any other small town in the Midwest, quiet, peaceful, and seemingly untouched by the outside world. But one fateful day, a figure arrived in Eastvale who threatened to upend everything: Andrew Tate, the so-called Pied Piper of fatherless incels. Andrew had a mysterious charm about him. His words seemed to have power over those around him. He promised disaffected young men that he could lead them to a life of freedom and fulfillment. It was almost as though his presence had a hypnotic effect on them. In no time, Andrew had gathered a small army of followers, primarily fatherless boys with an unquenchable thirst for something they could not quite put into words. Then, with Andrew leading the way, they roamed the streets of Eastvale, causing mischief and looking for trouble. Of course, this couldn't last forever. Eventually, Eastvale's lawmen caught wind of what was going on and decided to intervene, but not before Andrew left an indelible mark on those who followed him. To this day, the sons of Eastvale tell tales of the Pied Piper, who gave them purpose when they felt their lives were meaningless. A few weeks after Andrew's arrival in Eastvale, word spread about the Pied Piper and his bizarre influence over the town's youth. Everywhere he went, people would shake their heads in disbelief. How could such an odd character assert so much control over these boys? But slowly but surely, Andrew's legend began to take on a life of its own. Soon, it was almost as if the Pied Piper had become an urban myth, a character of legend and lore. People whispered his name with equal parts awe and fear, for no one knew what Andrew Tate was capable of. Still, no matter the mystery surrounding him, one thing remained certain: Andrew Tate had given the boys of Eastvale something they'd never felt before, a sense of belonging. Through his influence, they'd found their place in the world. And though it was fleeting, it was enough to leave a lasting impression on all who had encountered the Pied Piper. As swiftly as he had come into their lives, Andrew left Eastvale. He disappeared in the same way that he'd appeared, leaving the boys of Eastvale with a feeling of what could have been, but without an answer to one single lingering query. Was Andrew Tate's power honest or only a product of his diminutive stature? To this day, only Greta Thunberg knows the answer to that question. After all, she's the only one who has seen Andrew Tate's small penis, which legend says gave him his power. The opinion of Eastvale's citizens continues to be divided, but one thing is sure: Andrew Tate was a strange man with even stranger power. And Greta Thunberg will forever have the privilege of knowing the truth about his mysterious abilities. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you laughed. Now, I bet you're wondering what happened to Greta Thunberg after she saw his small penis. Well, she ran away screaming. We all laughed at the sight, which made our day. Poor guy had it tough that day, but everything turned out all right. So, that's the story of how Greta Thunberg saw his small penis. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and have a great day. Greta's story of encountering a man with an unexpectedly small penis will stay etched in her memory. When Greta Thunberg set out on her mission to raise awareness about global warming, she never expected to stumble upon such a startling revelation. But while on a field trip to investigate the effects of climate change, she was shocked by what she saw: a small penis belonging to some guy in her group. Yes, you read that right. It turns out that while Greta was busy trying to save the planet from destruction, this man had been hiding his actual size all along. But, in the face of such an alarming discovery, Greta had no choice but to confront the man and ask him why he had kept this a secret. After much persuasion, the man finally confessed, "I'm embarrassed by my size. It makes me less of a man, and I didn't want anyone else to know about it." Greta was taken aback by his admission, but she quickly recovered and offered him an olive branch. "It's okay, we can still work together to make the world a better place," she said. From that day on, Greta and the man have been working side by side to tackle climate change. And although his penis size may be small, his heart is enormous, and he's been a great asset to the team ever since. So if you're looking for proof that size doesn't matter, remember Greta Thunberg and her shocking discovery. Thanks for watching.